All right, today we're going on an incredible journey. We're going to follow humanity's farthest flung emissaries, two tiny spacecraft hurtling through the absolute blackness between the stars. We're diving into the amazing story of NASA's Voyager mission, a journey that has completely changed how we see our place in the universe. It's maybe the biggest question we can ask ourselves, right? And it's that very question that pushed NASA to do something extraordinary. Not just to explore, but to send a message out into the cosmos, like a cosmic greeting card for any other intelligent beings who might be out there, looking up at their sky and asking the exact same thing. So let's meet them, our robotic emissaries, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Launched way back in 1977, these twin spacecraft weren't just on some sightseeing trip. Oh no, they had a huge mission. First, to explore the giant outer planets of our solar system, and then to keep going, carrying the story of humanity into the vast, silent expanse of interstellar space. And just to give you a sense of the mind-boggling scale we're talking about here, Voyager 1 is currently over 24.7 billion kilometers away from us. That makes it, officially, the most distant object humans have ever created. Just a tiny speck pushing ever deeper into that endless darkness. Now, you might be wondering why 1977? Well, that launch window was no accident. It was all about timing. In the late 70s, the four outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, were about to slide into a very special alignment. It was this cosmic coincidence that only happens once every 175 years, and it created the perfect opportunity for an epic planetary road trip. The secret to pulling off this grand tour was a brilliant bit of physics called a gravity assist. Basically, by aiming the spacecraft just right, NASA could use each planet's immense gravity to slingshot it toward the next one. This move gave it a burst of speed and changed its direction, all without needing a ton of fuel. Honestly, it was the only way they could visit four planets in one go. Pretty clever, right? And what an itinerary it was. After launching in 77, the plan was for the probes to first dance with the giant Jupiter, then swing by the stunning rings of Saturn. After that, their paths would split. Voyager 2 would carry on, embarking on this longer, lonelier journey to the mysterious ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. But before these probes became our silent messengers to the stars, they were incredible scientific explorers. They completely rewrote the textbooks on our own cosmic backyard. First up on this grand tour, the king of the planets, Jupiter. In March of 1979, Voyager 1 swooped in, and the postcards it sent back home, well, they were nothing short of revolutionary. For the very first time, we saw these crisp, detailed images of Jupiter's chaotic, swirling atmosphere. We discovered that Jupiter actually has a faint ring system, kind of like Saturn's. And then came a huge shock. We saw active volcanoes erupting on its moon, Io. That was the first time we'd ever seen active volcanism anywhere besides Earth. Oh, and it also bumped Jupiter's known moon count up by 3. Not a bad haul for a first stop. About a year and a half later, in November 1980, Voyager 1 arrived at what might just be the most beautiful planet in our solar system, the magnificent ringed Saturn. At Saturn, Voyager 1 kept the discoveries coming, spotting 3 more new moons, Atlas, Prometheus, and Pandora. It sent back these breathtakingly detailed photos of the planet's incredibly intricate ring system. But maybe the biggest bombshell came from a close look at its largest moon, Titan. Voyager's data showed clear evidence of stable liquid on its surface, which instantly made it one of the most fascinating places to search for life in our entire solar system. So after Saturn, the twin probes went their separate ways. Voyager 1 used one final gravity assist to fling itself up and out of the flat plane where all the planets orbit, and it began its long journey toward the stars. Voyager 2, on the other hand, kept the tour going. It became the first, and to this day, the only spacecraft to ever visit the ice giants Uranus and Neptune. So, with the planetary tour pretty much done, Voyager 1's main mission was over. But in a way, its grandest adventure was just beginning, the quest to venture past the influence of our sun and into the vast, silent ocean of interstellar space. But before it left our neighborhood for good, Mission Control had one last poignant request. On Valentine's Day, 1990, they commanded the probe to do something very special. From a staggering 6 billion kilometers away, that's almost unimaginable, they asked Voyager 1 to turn its cameras around one last time and take a final look back at its home. And this was the result.
this famous, haunting image known as the pale blue dot. In all this vast cosmic darkness, our entire world, everyone you've ever known, every joy, every sorrow, it's all right there, suspended in a single sunbeam, just a tiny, lonely speck of dust. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? After this photo, the cameras were shut down forever to save every last bit of power for the long, cold journey ahead.
So, where was Voyager headed? Its destination was interstellar space. But to get there, it first had to cross a kind of border, a boundary called the heliosphere. The easiest way to think of it is as a giant protective bubble blown by the sun. It's made of solar wind, and it shields our entire solar system from a lot of harsh interstellar radiation.
Okay, so in 2004, Voyager 1 passed a region called the termination shock, where that solar wind starts to slow down. Then, on August 25th, 2012, it finally happened. After a 35-year journey, Voyager 1 crossed the outer edge of that bubble and officially became the first thing we've ever made to touch the space between the stars. And 6 years later, its twin, Voyager 2, followed right behind it, joining it in that great interstellar wilderness.
But remember, these probes weren't just explorers. They were also messengers. You see, attached to the side of each Voyager spacecraft is this precious cargo, a golden record, designed to be our message in a cosmic bottle. So what's on this thing? Well, it's a 12-inch, gold-plated copper disc, basically a phonograph record, and it's a carefully curated mixtape for the cosmos. It's got 115 images, spoken greetings in 55 different languages, a really diverse selection of music, and all sorts of sounds from our planet. Everything from wind and rain to trains and human laughter. The images are meant to be a crash course on planet Earth and humanity. They start with the basics: math, physics, chemistry, even the structure of DNA. Then they move on to show scenes of human life, our art, and our achievements. But what's really interesting is that the selection is deliberately positive. You won't find any images of war or poverty. It's an idealized, hopeful vision of who we are, or maybe who we aspire to be. But hang on, how would an alien civilization even see these pictures? Well, this is where it gets really clever. The images are actually encoded as audio waveforms on the record. To see them, whoever finds it would have to solve this incredibly complex puzzle, using a set of diagrams etched right onto the record's cover as an instruction manual. It's a cosmic challenge so tough, most humans today probably couldn't solve it. For over 45 years, these probes have been our eyes and ears in the void. But that long journey is nearing a quiet end. The plutonium that powers them is slowly decaying, and scientists estimate that by around 2025, there just won't be enough power left to run any of the instruments. Our communication link with our farthest travelers will be severed forever. But even after we lose contact, even after they go dark, the spacecraft will continue to drift silently through the Milky Way, carrying those golden records for eternity. Which leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? After traveling for thousands, maybe millions of years, will humanity's message in a bottle ever be found? And if it is, what will they think of the story we sent them from our pale blue dot?